I cannot believe the post the Mises Institute actually left regarding the currency war with the US and China. Now, I am not criticizing the post itself. There's nothing wrong with the post. It's just there's this one line in the post that I think is absolutely hilarious coming from the Mises Institute. Understand that you can't just create your own reality using the printing press. Take your own advice. My God, you invent your own reality by writing a bunch of crap all the time. Every time something happens, you make up the most implausible cause for something and then say, oh, government's fault, government's fault, government's fault, government's fault. Every single thing that ever happens is all the government's fault. Capitalism is perfect, has no internal contradictions, and it could never possibly do anything bad. Remember, the answer for everything is as follows. That's not capitalism. No matter what anybody ever says about capitalism, any criticism ever gets made, just say that's not capitalism. It's absolutely pathetic. You literally invent your own reality with a printing press every single day. We're talking about an ideology that's proven by using a bunch of made-up examples because no real examples of it exist in real life. It's a phony ideology. Let me show you how stupid you would sound if you used fictional examples in another field. You are a homosexual. It's human sexuality 101. Homosexuals exist. Don't you know anything about human sexuality? There are men who have sex with other men, you know. I know this guy named Tony, and he said he had gay sex with you. I don't need any real-life examples of you having actually engaged in any kind of homosexual activity. This one I just made up right now perfectly explains it and proves it to be true. So if you disagree with me, that means you know nothing about human sexuality. There, I've proved it. You are a homosexual. Of course, I'm not actually calling you a homosexual. I'm just showing you how stupid it is to use a bunch of made-up examples to somehow prove things. That's not how real life works. In real life, you have this little thing called practical application. Ask a police officer if his job is exactly like it was in his Police Foundation's textbook. Ask a doctor if real life practicing medicine is exactly like in his medical textbook. No, they're actually two completely different things. One is a book, the other is reality. Now, we Marxists are very highly critical of ourselves. That's why there are so many sects within Marxism. Maoists, Trotskyists, Marxist-Leninists, Marxist-Leninist Maoists, Maoist Third Worldists, Luxemburgists, Anarcho-Communists. There's a whole bunch of different sects because we all have a different varying opinion of the system, of our belief. Because we disagree with each other on some core issues and some issues that are not core issues. We have a varying opinion because we don't all think the same thing. You all do. Your opinion literally comes right off the Mises blog or right off the Mises Institute or those online courses. That's why you act like a friggin' cult. There's one source of information, one objective truth. Well, that's not real life. In real life, there isn't just one truth. As someone who was trying to debate me, a Mises guy who was trying to debate me, he shows me this graph, and he goes, da 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 da, and then all of a sudden it goes down. And he goes, that's how it happens. That's how it works. And I go, why does that happen? Why does it suddenly go down? He goes, it just does. That's what the market does. You can't even explain your own system. You can't even explain it because you don't even know it. You know why? Because you think everything in life is Econ 101. Econ 202, 303, 404, 505 absolutely don't exist, and they exist for absolutely no reason because real life is just like Econ 101. You've yet to figure out that life is more complicated than a basic introduction. I had somebody go over to the Maoist Rebel News blog and leave a post saying, well, I've taken 3 online courses at the Mises Institute, and so I can tell you that everything you're saying is wrong. Really? 1, would you like to explain? No, of course not. 2, taking online courses, especially from the Mises Institute, online courses, what people use to get their GED, doesn't constitute having gone to college. Since when is an online course considered useful of anything? You didn't go to college. every time I make a video criticizing something the Mises Institute said, like the genius video I did debunking its horribly psychotic defense of child labor, you left 300 comments that had nothing to do with the content of the video. Well, there's a reason. You can't even defend your own stupid ideology. You're insane. You can't even defend your own position on child exploitation, so you spam me with a bunch of ignorant shit that has nothing to do with the content of the video. I don't really expect any better of you. I just need you to realize how pathetic you are. I see that in the videos I've made on the Mises Institute, my facial hair has become something of a subject to be discussed in the video again. I mean, really, insulting my facial hair? What does that have to do with politics, economics, or anything that I say? Nothing. Besides, I kind of expect you to bash it because, well, the Mises Institute supporters, by and far, aren't even old enough to even having shaved yet. Mises Institute supporters are generally just a bunch of angry, alienated high school nerds. No one likes you because you're a social outcast, and then what do? Well, if people don't like me, then there's something wrong with other people, so here's the system explains why I'm so great. You're a bunch of losers that can't even defend your own ideology. So just go ahead and leave every stupid, goddamn, insignificant, non-relevant comment that you could possibly leave in the comment section down here. You're not going to say anything worthwhile because you can't, because you don't know. So just go ahead and spam me.